Yep. All right. Now we're back to live again. Sorry about that. Attempt number two. All right. So I said one of my successes was getting my paramedic and critical care licensures. I had a lot of support from friends and family, considering it was a year-long program with, I think I put over 2,000 hours of clinical time in. So it was a lot. I was not home a lot. It was a 6 a.m. to almost 10 p.m. adventure, and it was horrible, but I loved it. So that was one of my major successes.
And my little success was just getting my homework done every week,
But that's a
with
huge success. I mean, how many classes are you taking?
5,
Oh my god, and I thought my four were bad.
including servant leadership. So that's another group thing.
I'm in that one too.
And then I got 2 jobs as well.
Oh my goodness. What do you do for a living?
um, I'm working retail and I'm at a hotel right now.
Which hotel do you work at?
Holiday Inn. It's the one over by Jordan Creek.
Oh, okay. That's cool. Yeah, five classes is a lot, and then having two jobs on top. Holy cow!
It's definitely a struggle every week.
I bet trying to find all that time. A lot of papers to turn in.
Yeah, I've done all right so far.
Good. Another one I put for number two was becoming the EMS lieutenant at my volunteer department.
Ooh.
I don't necessarily know what the job entails because nobody told me. But I get to wear a blue helmet, so that's my favorite color, so I like it. Um, I think a lot of it has to do with I was friends with my EMS captain and I work professionally, so I have a lot of knowledge that I can bring in, which is really nice because there's not a lot of volunteers. So trying to get people to come in for calls and go out and God knows what the weather's going to be the next 2 days.
Ooh.
Trying to go out in an ambulance just sucks.
Yeah, it's hard enough to drive on this stuff in a regular vehicle, especially when it's not time sensitive.
No, I know. I'm gonna have to move my car because otherwise I'm making trouble. So park it on the street here pretty soon.
uh, so, like I said, I work retail. So, one of my successes is I usually have the 2 largest departments every night, and I always get those done,
Okay.
which I do by making sure all my work is done before I take my breaks and stand around chatting and all that fun stuff.
Sure. Retail gets busy though, especially this
Yeah,
time of year.
especially on weekends.
Huh. I don't know. I don't want to know what Christmas was like.
I wish I didn't know what Christmas was like.
It's been a
It was
long
worse than
time.
Black Friday.
So let's see. For success number three, I put adopting my kids. So we have our son. He's 12. Um, he's my wife's biological son. I adopted him several years back. And then the both of us adopted our teenager about 3, 4 years back. And that was we had to go through all the adoption classes. We were friends with his foster mom, so that kind of came in handy. But it took about I think we were licensed for about 3 years before we were actually fully adopt. So that was a struggle. It's like, are we gonna get a kid? Are we not? I know there's kids out there. Where are they at?
That's
You
a
know,
really long process.
it is, and it's difficult, and it can really bring you down when you're looking for someone, and you you go through, you have a few kids live with you, but it just kind of doesn't work out, and it kind of breaks your heart. But what are
Yeah,
you gonna do? Yeah,
kids are kind of hard to assimilate as well if you don't have them from the time they're a baby
right.
because they're already developed people.
Yep. And Chris was 12 when we met him, so he was already a spunky little butthead. So
uh, my third success is also about school. I have a bachelor's degree already in
Ooh,
biology, and I was one of those kids in high school where straight A's was easy, so I never learned how to study. So my grades were not the best at Iowa State. They weren't bad, but they weren't great. And I've been doing a lot better so far this year than I ever did last time I was in college.
Well, good.
I do that by taking better notes and studying more.
Yeah, I'm a terrible studier and note taker. I read really fast, so I'm just kind of like I skim through everything and then I'm done.
Yep.
Yes, I don't think I retain as much that way, but I guess what are you gonna do, right? So let's see.
I've been actually reading the textbooks now.
Right? Reading the textbooks is hard,
Yeah.
especially the servant leadership class. We have like 4 or 5 little textbooks. I'm like, oh my goodness.
I think I read 40 pages the other day for that.
I'm trying to read what Aristotle wrote like 300 years ago. You're like, what did he say? I don't understand. There's
Right.
too many vowels and big words. I don't know. So my
Throw in
fourth,
other languages.
right? I don't understand that Latin. Nobody got time for that Latin. So my most recent success, I put was we just bought a house last August, which was really nice because we have a ton of pets. Trying to find somewhere to rent when you got 3 cats and 3 dogs and maybe a few in some cages. It's really difficult. Nobody wants to rent the house to you, but we bought this house and it's a lot bigger and a lot more space. And it's definitely something we needed. So I was pretty proud of that. Only one in my family out of my siblings so far. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get there myself. This is my mom's place.
Hey, at least you got your own room, right?
Right? It's a start. Yeah, for my most recent one, I got a new job. Like that hotel one, I've only been there 2 weeks maybe.
Oh, you like it?
I do, actually. It's fantastic.
What do you get? What do you do there?
I'm front desk.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Is it pretty busy or
Mm, Depends on the day.
weekends probably?
Yeah, and the shift.
You don't work night shift, do you?
I do this week.
Oh, ouch! I just
11
got
to 7.
I hate it. Oh, I hate it. Get home at 7 a.m. and you're tired as hell. It's like, what?
Actually, not even.
What
I've
day
been
is
telling people this. It's incredible. I'm going to feel great when it's over. But tomorrow I work starting at 4 p.m.
it?
over at my retail. And then I have the hotel 11 to 7. And then I have class until 12:30. And then I have a test to take at 4:30.
You're gonna need some coffee, man.
Oh, man. Can't wait till Tuesday.
Hopefully the roads aren't too bad tomorrow if you're going out in that.
Well, fingers crossed.
Yeah, I live in Newton, so and it's already kind of coming down out there a little bit, so not excited to drive in that tomorrow.
It's not really slippery right now.
Is it?
7 inches of it might be a different story.
Yeah, no joke. We're supposed to get that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Let's see. Anticipated success in the next few weeks. I guess another class I'm taking. It's not a. I guess it's not a college for a degree type class. It's a certificate, but I'm getting my instructor endorsement for EMS through the college also. So I'll be able to teach EMT and paramedic classes. So that'll be scary and fun because I have really bad stage fright. I don't know why I'm doing it, but
You got to teach the future people.
and he made me do it. I blame him. I'm gonna get it done, and that'll be something good to fall back on for when I get old and I can't lift people into the ambulance anymore.
Well, even so, you could always help train the new people on the job too.
Right? Don't do that. That's bad. Right. What do you got coming up?
Well, I'm about to pay off my Perkins loan for Iowa State.
Ooh, that's exciting.
I'm so
Get rid
glad.
of that loan.
I mean, it wasn't a huge one to begin with, but that's one less I have to worry about.
Yeah, definitely. I like that, like when you go back to college, your loans get put on deferment or whatever, and they don't accrue interest, hopefully, depending on the loan you get, and then you don't have to worry about it. But if you start paying it off while you're going, it goes down a lot faster than when you're done.
I did that. I put them in deferment, but I'm still making payments. I don't
At
know that that actually helps at all, but
least it's not accruing interest.
right. Did we do the most successful one?
Most successful. I think I did mine was buying a house. What was yours?
Mine was my bachelor's degree. I
Okay,
must just already be asleep. But
right. You might want to flush that. Sorry. Did we do the success during the past few weeks? I think that's the one we're doing that. The last one we have to do.
um, yeah, I did that. I got that new job.
Okay. Yeah, I just mine's kind of a small one in that category. I'm supposed to do like the PowerPoints and the education for my job. Um, Kind of a pain. I have to come up with like a new 45-minute presentation every week. So I've been doing a pretty good job of getting that done, but the success because it's frustrating and it's hard, especially in medicine. I feel like I don't know. So let's see. So we're supposed to take a turn sharing what we think each other's strengths and abilities are that we noted from each other. So I think with yours, obviously you're able to squeeze in all that time. You're obviously a hard worker, probably a lot better than me. Especially having so many classes and two jobs. That's a lot to juggle. So more power to you if you can get all that done.
Yeah, no, you're the hard worker. EMT cannot be easy. I could never do that.
Just we work 24-hour shifts and we're supposed to sleep, in theory. So I think the hardest part is, we're supposed to sleep, but we sometimes often don't, and working for 24 hours and then coming home and having a bunch of stuff to do and homework. I took a nap today, but
So
I'm
you
more.
probably handle stress pretty well, all things considered.
I think so. I'm kind of like, yeah, whatever. Fine. I think you just kind of get used to it, and
The new normal.
the new normal. And of course, we all have weird senses of humor. But I don't know. That almost takes more patience. Almost takes more patience dealing with retail. I feel like because the customer's always right. Oh my god, I hated that. I hated it.
Again, sense of humor is necessary.
And you have to control your face because I'm really bad with the. I'm like, yeah, smile, but I'm like rolling my eyes, and I'm like, ah, cat. They saw me do it. They saw it. I'm really bad at that.
At the same time, you don't want to appear as a zombie either.
True. But how do you appear happy and smiling and they're just cussing you out because you messed up something or they perceived you did something wrong and you're like, no, that's the price.
Usually it's because people think I look 14, which I'm not, so
You're like, I don't know, let me get the manager.
I basically am one at this point.
Oh, nice. A little upgrade, more stress.
Yeah, more like I have the responsibilities of one half the time, but I don't get the pay of it.
Sure. That's frustrating.
Yeah.
What's up with places doing that? We're gonna kind of promote you, but we won't make it official.
We're going to give you 2 jobs for the price of one.
Yeah, saves them on labor, right?
Oh, well, it helps my multitasking.
Right. So let's see. I don't really fully understand this debriefing part. But there's only two of us, so we can't exactly make this last 20 to 25 minutes, even if we were to kind of chit chat throughout. But I think it's definitely, I think, between what the two of us do with classes and everything, it just kind of makes you realize how different everybody is and the different time constraints and schedules everybody has. And you understand, like, it's just the two of us in the group, and there's supposed to be, what, four or five of us? Like,
Yeah.
it's so hard to get a hold of people, even with our messed up schedules. Like, somebody answer my email.
Hey, we tried.
We tried for like 3 weeks. We did.
I did actually hear back from the teacher on that too. So I guess two of them did drop it. I don't know what's going on with. I can't even remember which one. There's a third one that's still in the class. They're just not responding. So she said that we need to just do our best, and if they won't participate, they're just gonna fail.
Well, that's unfortunate for them because having to take this class twice, not that I would know anything about that, but it's just as frustrating the second time around. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. My last time I took this class, it was a lot harder the first time I took it. There was a lot more projects and a lot more that went into like some of the stuff that we had to do, and then taking it this time, I'm like, whoa, this isn't so bad. And I ran into the same problem with trying to get a hold of people, and I guess I messed up on the final because I thought it was due 1 week, but it was due another, and then it made me fail, and I was so mad because it was due before finals week, and I'm like, I have a whole nother week to turn this in. That
Oops.
worked out well. Oops. Oh well, that's all right. Just get to meet more fun people, right?
Right. I don't really know anybody at the college.
I really don't. I know more instructors than I do actual people that go to the class. I'm not a fan of going into classes. I got too much stuff to do. I ain't
Right.
got
All
time.
but one of my classes is online.
I have to take physiology next semester, and that's in class. So I think that's the last one I got, and I'll get my associates. Woo!
Yeah, I'm in anatomy right now.
You have to do the coloring book.
Yes.
The coloring book was fun at first, for like the first couple times, but then when I got assigned like 6 pages to do per week, I'm like, my hand, I can't. It's cramped.
Sick. Last week was 19.
Oh, God. Horrible, horrible. It's worth it in the end, right?
I got 4 more to do by Monday.
Go through a lot of colored pencils that way.
Yeah.
About like 3 boxes to get through half the book. All right. Well, I think we both kind of showed that we both have a lot of successes and a lot of things that we're looking forward to here in the future. And at least we were able to connect with each other to get this done. So we'll have the little reflection paper to do tomorrow.
So I'm doing that tonight.
Are you, you're a brave soul. It's 11 o'clock. I'm going to bed.
I'd love to go to bed, but duty calls.
Well, I may have slept earlier when we were supposed to do our assignment. So
Well, then I'm that kind of person. I went into work early today.
oops. Overtime. Overtime.
Oh, not even. They've
Oh, you
been
don't
cutting
get.
our hours.
Oh, what a buzzkill.
Welcome to retail.
All right. Well, I don't know how long we've been going, but I think we pretty much covered everything we were supposed to cover.
Yep, I think so. Um, I mean, I think this last part just wants us to pretty much talk about what we would be typing in the paper anyway.
Okay. So, I mean, basically, my reflection is going to show a lot about, I know I've got my own stresses in life, and I know that, my schedule kind of sucks, but it's really, really quite interesting and humbling to see everyone else's schedule and what they've got going on. And you kind of realize, you're lucky in some areas and other areas are a little bit more difficult. And, Yeah, I definitely don't have 2 jobs. I can't imagine trying to fit all that in plus 5 classes.
Yeah, I definitely probably bit off more than I could chew, but I'll get it done.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yep.
All right. Well, if you're good, I'll go ahead and turn this off and submit the link. I think I figured out how to do that in the other class. So,
Well, it talks about submitting it to a Dropbox for it, except I never saw a Dropbox for it.
oh. Well, if I can't find it, I'll just email it to them.
Yeah, or put it in the paper maybe or something.
Yeah. I'll see if I can find it. They put them in weird spots in these classes, so. All right, well, thanks for sitting down. Sorry it ended up being so late. Good luck with your paper. And have a good night.
Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.